Hey there, this is the Goddess of Everything bringing you the podcast, Goddess of Everything, all about everything spiritual and astrological and everything that I just really love to talk about. So today we're going to be talking about the full moon in Aquarius, which is taking place pretty soon for us in the UK. So that's taking place on the 19th of August. This year. I wrote 2023 for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know why I think I'm in 2023, but I'm definitely not in 2023. Easily done. I've definitely been catching myself writing 2025 on things recently, so yeah, not good. But Aquarius energy is, it's rebellious. And if you think about the full moon, the fullness of the moon, we've got Leo's energy and we've got Aquarius's energy sort of bouncing off each other. So it's bringing everything to the forefront. And not only have we got that, we've got this blue moon, which means it's once in a blue moon, if you ever heard that term. With the once in a blue moon energy, it's meant to be quite lucky. I think we're all going to need that luck actually going forward. Not trying to scare anybody, but goodness me, there's so many squares, lots of planetary energy. Literally, I could read it all out to you if you want, but basically the aspects are just are contradicting each other. There's so much going on that you might want to question yourself and ask yourself if you're contradicting yourself a little bit over them few days as well, because we have the lead up to the full moon, and then we've got the energy from that full moon working its way back down. So it's going to be this crescendo of energy, and then we're still going to have this sort of knock-on effect for a few days after. And if we think about Tuesdays, so we've got this full moon on Monday in the UK at 1926. But if we think about Tuesday's energy, we haven't got any aspects then, but we're still going to have this great big sort of, almost feels like a time lag where everything's sort of still moving along. So there'll be no specifics on Tuesday for anything to sort of planetary stuff, but we'll still feel a lot of the energy from the day before, because when we feel the aspects, it doesn't just happen at the exact time it takes place. It lags on, and we feel it before as well. So especially those slower moving planets, because we've got the Sun and Uranus connecting as well. They're just going to bring some chaos in a square. So there's lots of stuff going on. And if you think about Aquarius, that's ruled by Uranus as well. So this is bringing sudden, unpredictable outcomes, sudden changes to us all. And I always say Uranus is the trickster. So we've got a lot of that trick or treat energy, because we've got Jupiter and Saturn also making a square to each other. So it's quite contrary energy, and it could go one way or the other. So we just need to buckle up our seatbelts and try to enjoy the ride, as they say, because life, the variety of life is important, isn't it? We have the ups and we have the downs, and the ups and the downs, it just makes it all part of the big ride of life. And so the one thing that this moon's asking us to be is be real, and to really tap into authenticity. And so you're probably all wondering why I called myself Goddess of Everything. And it wasn't just about me. When I came up with this line for the podcast, I love the goddess, and I love that we're all goddesses, and I love that I'm multi-passionate. And that was the reason why I came up with the name Goddess of Everything, because I don't just do one thing. And all my life, people have tried to put me in little pigeonholes. She's a singer, she's a songwriter, she's a poet, she's a nurse, she's a healer, she's a psychic, and so I've got so many passions. I'm an astrologer, moonologer, nurse. I do so many things that I was like, why should I be one thing? Why do I ever have to be one thing? At one time I was a toddler, and then I was a teenager, and then I was, obviously I've missed a few stages there. You're a tween, and you're a teenager, and then you're a young woman, and then you're the maiden, and then you're the mother, and I was more than a mother. I was a professional, and I'm moving into my crone energy, my queen crone energy. And so I feel like I've been lots of things in my life, and I bet a lot of you do too. And that's why I called it Goddess of Everything, because I was like, do you know what? It's time to be authentic. It's a time to own my space, own my words, and bring everything that I've learned to the table, because the hag crone within me wants to share, and she wants to support the next generations, so whatever we talk about here might be helpful for people in the future, like things like learning about what is a blue moon. Why do we get excited about blue moons? Well, it's meant to be a lucky time, so let's hold on to that faith and that trust that, if we think about the positives, then we're going to see more positives. As a hypnotherapist as well, that's another thing I do. If we learn to see gratitude, if we have gratitude, hold the energy of faith and hold the energy of good things, we'll see more of those. The more we talk about the negatives, the more we see them, because we create all these highways and byways in our brain. So this moon for me is very much about a reclamation of who I am, and being authentic and being real. And this is who I want to explain to everybody, that this gets to be for me, and it gets to be for you as well. And I've created this wonderful new Facebook group called Goddess of Everything. If you haven't been in there yet, get yourself over there. There's going to be a few little things dropping in there over the next few weeks. I'm going to drop you some nice little gifts in, and I'm not telling you what they are yet, but you'll be able to be in there when that group officially starts in October. It's going to be Money, Money, Money month, and we're going to be talking and processing lots of energy around money, and we're going to be integrating into ourselves new beliefs, new ways, through the power of our mind and embodiment. So I'd love for you all to come over into that group and to be part of that movement, because Goddess of Everything is for us all. It's about us all being goddesses, and us all being able to tap into that wealth of energy that we've all got. And the one thing, like, I was reading something, and I can't remember where I saw it, but it really triggered something in me, because we've recently been doing a lot of healing within my groups, and we've been working with the goddess Lakshmi, and Lakshmi is the goddess of luck and abundance and beauty. And so we've been doing lots and lots of work with, and we've had amazing results. But a lot of the stuff that we've cleared stuff for the collective around not feeling that they can have more abundance in their life. And this is something that I think one of the things I really want to work on in Money, Money, Money is that we start to look at, why do we not want to receive things? Why do we find it really uncomfortable? We're women, we've got this strong feminine energy that we should be leaning into and allowing ourselves to have. And I think a lot of it's down to culture as well. The fact that we grew up a lot of my age. I mean, I'm 41, and a lot of people are around the similar age as me that listen to this podcast. We were the era that everyone says, go out, get a job, and you've got to go and make it in the big wide world. So it was all about us being able to run the home and to do everything else. So we've got used to holding a lot of positions in our life, but actually it's nice to be given to, and it is a goddess frequency to be able to receive. So I can't wait for us to delve into that deeper. But the one thing we have been doing in that group is clearing things for the collective. And if you think about it, we are part of a divine mind. We are not the mind. We are part of a divine, bigger mind. So we can clear whatever we want within there and help the whole collective in that regard. So that's what I'm about. I'm about us all being real and being authentic, and having this real opportunity to reinvent yourself as many times as you want. So I'm almost like a queen of reinvention, because I've done it so many times in my life. I've had more hairdos and more hair colours than anyone I know. And as soon as I've had a heartbreak, I've always come back bigger and better than I did before as well. So anything that anyone tries to do to me, it just makes me better, which is quite funny really, because I've got Pluto in my first house, which is all about being strong, and if anything tries to knock me down, I'll come back even bigger and better than ever. So learning about your chart as well is important, because if you can learn about that, you can learn about your strengths. So this moon anyway, it's all about seeking freedom and letting go of trying to please people. Like I talked about authenticity before, like being your true self, being your authentic self means pleasing yourself too. And this is another thing, why do women think they have to be nice all the time? Why do we have to sit there and go, oh, yeah, I'll be nice? Bit frightened. We're frightened to be real, frightened to be authentic. And so it'd be nice to see more women stepping into their power. So let's celebrate as well. You know, full moons are about celebrations. As much as you might be deciding that you want to have some space to detach and let go and start to think about having some clean breaks in your life, because this full moon will bring those up. It might be a time where you just think, you know what, I'm going to take some time out. It's not a bad one to take time out. Because the thing is with Aquarius energy is they can have a lot of arguments. It's the energy of truth, you know, because Aquarians see a lot above what everyone else sees. They'll love me saying that. But they're usually the ones that go, well, I was right. And they usually are right, to be honest, because they see above what the rest of us see. So if you've got a lot of planets in Aquarius, I often think yous are the ones that are seeing, you getting the bird's eye view, the view that we don't see on the ground. People like me who've got a lot of earth and other things in their chart. So it's about really understanding this energy is about disruption, disrupting. That's what Aquarians came here to do, to disrupt and bring that rebel energy, because nothing changes if nothing changes. We've got to have change. These are the change makers. So it's about finding your people now. It's about finding the people that really want to connect with you, and maybe you're part of a movement, or maybe you're part of connecting in the right ways, thinking about how your connections work, and if you've been using those connections in the wrong ways as well. It's very important to reassess things. So the full moon's all about that opportunity, taking that deep opportunity to reassess where you've been going in your life, and if you really want to carry on in this trajectory. So like I said, the blue moon's a fun energy for lots of people, and they talk about it all the time, but all it means is that it's the third of 4 moons together. So it is seen as a lucky time, but to me, I think we can go with it, whatever people say. To me, I just think we've still got all the energy of Aquarius and Leo. We've got all those other planetary transits going on that's really going to disrupt things even further. And if you think about Leo and Aquarius together, Leo's like the heart, it's the soul, it's the leader, it's, you know, it's pride. So Aquarian energy and Leo energy together, it's like, it's just a big, massive collision of, you know, pride and a lot of ego as well. You know, things can be really flying around at this point. And then the Aquarians is very much about their head. You know, they're very logical, it's all in their mind. And then Leo's the heart. So it's about combining the two and really trying not to separate the two. What is the connection between your heart and your head saying at the moment? It's a good time to drop into that. And so, like I said, you could be wanting to make a clean break now. And the ways that you could work with this energy that would really probably benefit you is that you start to decide at this point of the year, because we're coming to the end of August now, can you believe it? We're coming to the time where we're looking towards sort of the winter, the autumn come in. And so I'd love for you to have a think about what you want to let go of before we start heading towards the back end of the year, so that you can have more success and more happiness and more joy. And if that means carving out more time for yourself and your thoughts and, you know, releasing things, releasing people pleasing tendencies, and maybe even just forgiving the people. It's not easy for Aquarians, sorry, but that Aquarius energy is not like easy. As in my understanding of people and over the years of reading charts and having a lot of Aquarians around me, it's not always easy. There's such lovely people. They'll do anything for anybody, great humanitarians, but sometimes if they're stuck on something, it's like it's hard to let go. So forgiveness will maybe help you. Forgiveness will always help us. So but yeah, you know, full moons are for celebrations. What have you got to celebrate this month? What have you got to be grateful for? But like I say, forgiveness is a huge key to healing, and I always say forgive them lest they do not know what they do. Because the thing is, people really genuinely often don't know what they do or what they did. And some of them aren't even willing to sit down with you and have a chat with you like an adult about it. They'll just run off into the distance because it's easier. Sometimes it's easier not to for people. Don't want to really get into the deep. They just want to have it a nice fun life. And that's all right. I mean, that's what brings this, Leo wants to have fun. Aquarius wants to look at the details. This is where the conflict comes. So maybe this is going to be some of the energies that comes up, because I can see some changes coming in friendship groups for a lot of people at this time, or maybe information coming around friendship groups, maybe a change for a lot of you, or maybe some of you have just decided you're going to ditch Facebook. You can't be bothered with the social media stuff at the minute, it's too much. And I've seen that as well, people putting a lot of posts up and things saying can't really be bothered with this anymore. So however it affects you, however it affects you, because we're all individuals, we've all got special individual charts. And like I say, it's worth learning more about it. So do head over to my Lunar Abundance Queens and get yourself in the membership there. It's fabulous. We've got thousands of pounds worth of videos to learn more about your astrology and what personally happens for you at each new and full moon. There's some beautiful ceremonies that we do in there, and lots of sister support. So we've got lots of other ladies in there, very nice ladies. And I just love to lead it. I love that we've got this beautiful community. So if you want to join us, let me know. You can always send us a question on the bottom of this podcast. I'm gonna record some different ones as well. So I'm just about to record one about using sage and things like that, clearing and cleansing your home. So if you do feel like you want to go and have a listen to the rest of the podcast, go and do that. Leave us a review. I'd love that. Some feedback, maybe even ask a question, and I'll make a podcast just for you. And give us a follow on Instagram. I'm Goddess of Everything on there. And then on TikTok, Goddess of Everything Joe. So you'll need to go, and there'll be little dots in between. And then go and give us a follow. It's the goddess.space Barrow on Facebook. That's our page. There's going to be lots of new in-person stuff coming from October. So if you think you might like to come to a goddess weekend with us, that'd be wonderful. I can't wait for that. Some back to bliss days that I'm going to be running, and we're doing sound therapies and breath works and all sorts of things in there. So there's going to be so much happening at this studio. You want to get yourself involved. Come and experience some life-changing stuff. And especially as I'm going to be running hypnotherapy groups as well in there. We do weight management and hypnobirthing, all sorts of things, and I do them online as well. So if you've got any questions or any queries, I'm currently doing a 30-minute free hypnosis support as well. You can go and get that on my Linktree. If you head over to my Instagram, you can hit the link there and go and get yourself a free 30 minutes with me, where we do a stress reduction technique with hypnosis, and we have a chat about what you might like to do with me in the future. So courses or anything really. Oh, and we've also got our tarot. We're running a tarot masterclass, Learn Tarot in a Day, and it's only £79. It's going to be awesome. So make sure you get on that as well. I'm going to run that on Friday in a Facebook group. I can't wait to run it. It's going to be so exciting. So yeah, it's going to really break down everything to do with the tarot, all my tips and tricks, and it's all there for £79. It's going to go up to £111 after I've recorded it on Friday. So it is going to be an awesome course. And if you're already in my psychic network, you get that absolutely free for a month. Okay, don't forget to join the Facebook group Goddess of Everything. Come over, start getting excited for this money in October. We've got loads of activations going on in there. It's going to be really excited, and we've got some awesome new stuff that's going to land in there, and you're going to be surprised. So yeah, go and get it. Go and get everything, all the free stuff. See you later.